Hey guys, welcome back to another Architect React. So in this video, we're going to be looking at Minecraft. So a lot of people really enjoyed the Fortnite video and they said, hey, why didn't you review Minecraft first, or Minecraft is better than Fortnite? So let's go ahead and take a look at Minecraft. All right guys, let's go ahead and get this video started. So this is World of Careless, and I think Ninaman is the person who has been doing these houses. So this is apparently the World of Careless. Looks like a lot of beach houses. They're all lifted up, so I'm assuming they're taking into account some level of flood zone. There's like a nice river flowing across here. Reminds me a little bit of how Frank Lloyd Wright Falling Water is. A lot of horizontal planes. So we're looking at the house, and then this is very Minecraft-ish when it comes to like this block. I understand that they work with certain level of modularity. So we're right at the entry of the house, best viewed in peak time dawn, I'm assuming. So this is dawn, so the lighting's on, and yeah, there's the sun out, and you have a very nice sky and starry night. Torches, sticky torches on the outside. I'm assuming all the leftover stuff is glass, but this door will not work because we cannot just frame a door to glass and expect it to work in this way, but okay. So we're in a dining room, and I'm assuming this is what they're implying, that there's no windows here, but it implies windows. And there's a living room and an alley kitchen in the middle. Seems to have an exhaust above the stove, and then a giant custom refrigerator in the middle. I don't know where you get that, but the accent wall behind there is nice. It divides the space up the way it should. The contrast between the blacks and whites is very nice because you're using the furniture to ground these spaces. The low lighting works, it's efficient. My only thing I would change is the number of lights. It's just too many lights in this room. And I would just simply skip a row or two to define the lights for each space. And then as you go further back, yeah, this is like a low light living room. This is the powder room, I'm assuming. There's a lamp on the side, makes no sense. And then there's a bathtub here. That is completely narrower than it should be. Black terracotta is the tile that we're looking at on the ground and on that back wall. Again, very high ceilings, and then a stair that has no railing. This is something that happens in Minecraft. Since you're working with those modules, that wouldn't work structurally. So I'm just like critiquing it as an architect, but at the same time, for schematic design purposes, I don't see this as something bad. Like, we explore things in SketchUp. There's a lot more I think it has a lot more flexibility. It's not modular, so we're not confined to this space. But this allows you to render very quickly. That's an IKEA lamp-ish, but very contemporary, very minimalistic. Even the artwork you can see is pretty simple. I hate the fact that he floats out in his walkthrough, which makes it like, what's going on? But other than that, there are doors. It is practical to occupy the space. The texture and the material, for the fact that he's moving this freely, is pretty nice. See, right there, when you enter the space, you got the view of the exterior. It purposely pushes you out. Now, I understand that should be a diagonal window, but they can't get diagonals. So I understand what they're doing with the space, and there are some places where the corners are too tight, like around this bed. But as far as spatial layout is concerned, this is something that you can explore for architecture. That photo was probably by a Minecraft user as well because it had credits. But as we're walking through this, like, look at that. That window right there pretty much is for the person or the user standing up and looking out from the bedroom. Provides you privacy, allows you to have a view to the outside when you need it if you're standing up, and yet it hides your body. See, the fact that we fly out is kind of weird. But when we come back, I'm assuming this is the master bedroom. Again, structure is something not in consideration, but when it comes to architectural studio, this is a house in the middle of a forest. This many windows is fine. It's kind of like the glass houses that Philip Johnson used to explore. Same with Mies van der Rohe. This is the master bedroom bathroom. I have no, like, spacious. It works. It's pretty simple. That's closet, I'm assuming. But it's like a bathroom for everyone. This is like the secondary bedroom. Yeah, that makes sense. All the artwork kind of aligned together. That's a closet, and the closet separates the bathroom. There's no doorway necessary because this provides your privacy. See, these are certain things that are exploring spatially in Minecraft that I can get behind, right? This probably has coincides with Ninaman or the way she probably want to live in a house. But this house is practical. I can understand what the design is doing. And despite the fact that they're using blocks, they were able to get an angle is pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video here. See, this is something I can get behind. So when it comes to Minecraft, right, there's the pros of it is you are able to visualize something rendered very well, very quickly, right? The fact is, because of that modularity, is pretty much like a rendered block that you're throwing in there. For those who actually understand the terminology, this is like something that is already visually gonna look like this before you put it in. Now, my problem with that is whenever you're using it as a design solution, you will end up marrying to that idea. What that means is you don't want to change it because, oh, mister, look at it. It's so nice. The black works perfectly. The black terracotta works perfectly. And you cannot explore other ideas because you've already introduced material into your project, right? So your design never have the ability to speak. Now, that project that we were looking at, there was some level of refinement that could have been done because some of the things were kind of tight and things of that nature, but the spatial elements were there. And what brings me to another pro is that you can actually explore spaces and you can walk through spaces without actually building a physical model. And that's very powerful. And some people can do it very quickly. So in a matter of an hour or two, you can explore a space. You can understand how the tree would work, how the shading would work. And it gives you a pretty good job. Now, where its drawbacks are, and something that I despise, is because you already start with a rendered block, that block is your limitation. So, for example, if you were to look at each block as 1 meter by 1 meter, and you drop that in, that's already a 3 foot by 3 foot wall, right? A 3 foot wide wall is not practical at all. But on top of that, you're limited by how tall you can build. Like, for example, if you were to then say, oh, it's no longer 1 meter, this is 1 feet now. Well, a 1 foot wall makes sense, but now you are now a ant working inside a giant's house. So the scale factor is where you would have issue with Minecraft. In this particular circumstance, they kept the scale, they walked through it. Of course, some of the angles had to be butchered and had to be staggered, but quite frankly, I felt like the design reached a resolution. Now, this is not something unique. Modular architecture is not something unique. So if you were to look at the Nakagin Towers, like a Japanese initial study of what a small-scale apartment unit might look like, right? And this is in the modern eras of 1960s, 70s, and they were bringing about modularity. It is something to fall behind because they're looking at each one of the houses as like units to be plugged in to the city being the grid. And in that sense, it is practical. If you already have a preconceived site that is pretty much modularly divided, and you're coming up with a resolution and you want to come up with like 3-4 iteration, you want to visualize something very quickly, walk through it very quickly, I think it's practical. I think this is a step in the right direction. It allows you to explore because architects are very fond of flat roofed. Architects are very fond of very clean lines and modularity, or even what I call lines of extension, or accentuating and aligning doors with windows above and things of that nature. We're very fond of that. So in that sense, you could use this software. In my opinion, right now, it's better than Fortnite. So when it comes to builder creativity. But I'm open to more videos, and join us on the next Architect React. Follow for more content.